Good evening, baseball fans. I hope you're having a great Friday. My Boston Red Sox are currently playing, so if I yell a couple times, just be warned. But my currently is going well. The Red Sox are up 2-0. They're playing in Pittsburgh against the Pirates. So that is all fun. So there's a lot to talk about in baseball tonight. Justin Verlander makes his long-awaited return as he will be taking on the Nationals tonight. So he is back playing baseball. So whether you like the Astros or not, that's just some news. And like I say, I'm happy. If you're a Red Sox fan, we're wearing the blue jerseys. Pittsburgh's wearing their City Connect uniforms, and the Red Sox have already hit a couple solo home runs in this game from Wheeler Abreu and Tristan Casas. And yes, you know, every time I say Tristan Casas, I have to say the local boy because he's from the city I live in, Pembroke Pines, Florida. So congratulations to Tristan Casas. Make South Florida proud and keep on hitting dingers for my Boston Red Sox. So where are we in the standings as we always talk about? I don't want to talk about where my team is, but division leaders right now are the New York Yankees, a half game ahead of the Orioles in the American League East. The Guardians, who just ran 3 out of 4 on my Boston Red Sox, are also at 13-6 as they sit atop the AL Central by a full game over the Royals, who are surprising people. They're doing well. Then out west, the defending world champs, they are 11-9, but 11-9 is good enough for first place in the American League West at this point in the season. And out east, we got the Atlanta Braves. No surprise, 12-5. Phillies right behind them at 11-8. Again, both of those teams are probably going to be in the playoffs, so no surprise as of there. Then in the NL Central, we got the Brewers and the Cubs basically tied. One's 11-6, one is 12-7. Oh, and I just missed. Oh, they threw. Man, I'm sorry, guys. I told you. They just threw Yoshida out at. Oh man, Bobby Dalbec got a hit. Oh my God, I missed it. I missed Bobby Dalbec getting a hit. Gee, Willikers. I need to see the replay. Sorry, guys. I've been waiting forever to see Bobby D get a hit. Oh my goodness. I missed it. Okay, replay is a beautiful thing. Oh, off the wall. Almost hit it out, too. It's a double for Bobby D back. Dalbec, sorry. Bobby Dalbec with a double. Oh, man, missed it. All right, now I'm back to reality, guys. Sorry about that all the way. Thank you for the like over there on Facebook. Whoever did that, big thumbs up. Whoever's watching here on YouTube, throw that thumbs up. But it looks like I will need to buy someone a shirt because I said when Bobby Dalbec gets his first hit of the year, I would buy someone a Sox Addict shirt. So I'm going to have to hold up to it. Man, it should have been an RBI, but hey, it's okay. I take it. Bobby D in the hit column. Life is beautiful. So I can't complain. So we're worried. Sorry, I got carried away. I was doing baseball standings. I think I was at the Brewers and the Cubs basically tied for first. The Brewers are 11-6. The Cubs are 12-7. Then you go way out west for the Dodgers. Again, no big surprise. They are leading the NL West at a 12-9 record with the Padres right behind them at 11-10. So that's where our current standings are as we entered the day of tonight's play on April 19th, 2024. So that's where we stand on the standings. So this is all fun when we talk baseball. And yes, I'm a little off because normally I produce and I'm the co-host. Today, the co-host, who happens to be a Yankees fan, is in Cancun, Mexico, celebrating his sister's wedding they're having at some point this week. So he is not here. So I'm flying solo. So I made it a little more, when the host is away, the co-host shall play. So I'm making it a little more Red Sox centric today because guess what? I'm producing and hosting and doing everything. So why not? And the Red Sox happen to be on. So life is great. So that's where we stand in the standings. Now we're going to get into some of the stats that we always go over. Home run leaders. We got Marcell Ozuna and Mike Trout atop the Major League Baseball boards with 8 dingers each. This is not as of today, guys, because Costas is at 5 in this, and he now has 6 with tonight's game. I'm not that good at updating it that fast. So we are good. I'm sure the websites are. You can go find it updated right away there, but I wrote down the notes. And then Tyler O'Neill has 7 of my Boston Red Sox. Those are the home run leaders. So, but the leaders are Ozuna and Trout with 8 dingers apiece. So there you go on that. Mike Trout, MVP caliber player. A lot of us here on the East Coast don't really get to see him that much because he's never in the playoffs. One of the best players of our generation, if not the best player. It's a shame, but if you get your chance to watch Mike Trout play baseball, do it. I will. You would appreciate it. The man can play ball, and that's just my fact on that. But anyway, so he's up there. His biggest thing is trying to avoid injuries the past few years. But when he's out there playing, he is amazing. It would be good to see him on a contender one of these years. Getting in the World Series would be great. He's a first ballot Hall of Famer, but it would be great to see him in the playoffs on that front. And then for OPS leaders, we got Mookie Betts. Yes, Mookie Betts leading all of major in OPS with Ozuna again once away. And Altuve is why he made the thumbnail. Altuve's having a very solid season. Love him, hate him, be indifferent, no matter what. Altuve is having a very good season for the Houston Astros. I lean towards not liking the Astros, of course, but that's like almost anyone that's not an Astros fan. But you got to give kudos where kudos are deserved. And Altuve is having a very solid start to this 2024 MLB season. And the Red Sox are currently up 3-0. So I'm trying to be good, not yelling and screaming too much over there. But it's hard to look you guys in the eye and take a peek over at my Red Sox game. So just bear with me for a minute here, guys. That's all I ask. It is always fun to talk baseball. So that's where I'm at. I don't know how we got our last run. So maybe if one of you guys happen to be watching the Red Sox game, if you could tell me, it would be an amazing deal. I love it. All right, let me get back into more of these baseball nuggets as we always do. And stolen base, since it's more part of the game now, we always cover stolen base leaders. Bryce Turang has 9 stolen bases on the year. So he leads all of majors by himself. Acuna has 8. Corbin Carroll has 8. Lane Thomas has 8. And Duran Duran, I always have to throw a Red Sox in there, has 7. So that's where we stand on the stats on the stolen base front. To me, this has been a fun season so far. Even though my Red Sox are just a middling 500 team, I just love the game of baseball. It's an enjoyable game. And if you guys are in here, I don't need to explain it because obviously, if you're watching a baseball podcast on a Friday night, you like the game of baseball. So I love it. It's awesome. A little different. I can talk on my other show. I'm so used to doing Miami Dolphins football on my own channel where I fly solo 95% of the time. But it's weird doing baseball solo because I'm so used to having the host who's a really good baseball player. Russ Morgan, not famous, but he played through college and did some scouting. So it's really great to have his knowledge as a host. So now I'm kind of flying off the seat of my pants, but I do what we always do, cover the stats, cover whatever you guys want to talk in the baseball room here. And that's how we fly, kind of just fly off the seat of our pants most weeks. It's fun, as I have to say. I'm going to keep this a shorter show tonight since I am flying solo, but I didn't want to cancel it because I like doing it. It's a lot of fun. And then next week with the NFL draft and everything, I'm not really sure how everything's going to go. So I don't want to have like no show 2 weeks in a row because this Finns Talk network that they give me the chance to talk about baseball. They do a lot of NFL draft stuff, so I don't know about next week's Friday show because that'd be round two in the NFL draft in football. So I would have to get with the boss of this network and find out what he has planned. At 7, we may still be able to fit it in, so it won't be too bad. So I will find out on that front and let you guys know sometime this week via the Twitter space of the world that we will be doing or not doing a show. Why is Tanner Houck on my thumbnail? You guys are probably wondering because, oh, he's just a Red Sox fan. But he pitched a gem of a game the other night against the Guardians. It's the fastest baseball game since 2010. It was under 2 hours, people. It's 1 hour and 49 minutes, if you want to be exact. When I was a kid, complete games were the norm. It was like no big deal. Wasn't newsworthy. This would have been newsworthy anytime you get a shutout, strike out 9, give up no walks. That's the most impressive thing to me. 9 strikeouts, no walks. Yeah, it was a beautiful thing. And the reason I bring up Greg Maddux, it was a very Greg Maddux, like a complete game under 100 pitches, under 2 hours. I mean, it was just a masterful. Oh, sorry, the Pirates just got a double, so that stinks for my part. But hey, it's still baseball, still fun to watch. Guys, if you're in here, give me a comment so I know I got some support. I see 20 viewers in here. I appreciate it. If you're watching somewhere other than YouTube, run over to YouTube and bop those. Take the baseball bat and no. Well, you don't take the baseball bat to it because it may break your computer, a laptop, or cell phone, but you get the point. Just do a big, batters up on that thumbs up button, and it will help this show them, hey, people are watching baseball on the Finns Talk Network. Let's keep this show going. So I'm hoping you guys bop those buttons for me. Guys, I am really going to keep this short tonight just because it's simply me going at it. I don't have the banter of a Yankee fan. That's why me and him can go an hour easily. Normally, him and I banter off each other. And yes, it's been painful this season because his Yankees are in first place. And this is behind my Red Sox are not in first place. I can't even imagine once we start playing the Yankees in June if we're going to still be as friendly. But we are. It's fun. It's all fun. Him and I have completely different tastes in sports, but he's a really cool guy. So he likes my arch rival in football. He likes the Jets. I like the Dolphins. He likes the Yankees. It is what it is. And I love my Boston Red Sox. And for all of you wondering how it's a South Florida boy, love the Boston Red Sox. I'm old enough. There was no baseball when I was a youngster here in South Florida playing youth baseball, and all the kids loved the Yankees and blah, blah, blah. I was like, forget that. I'm different. I picked the Red Sox. Jim Rice became my favorite player in all the world. Little did I know they were going to have, like, they were, when you're a South Florida kid you're picking a team that's in the middle of the curse of the Bambino, but I didn't. I stuck with them. And when the Marlins came around and won 2 World Series before the Red Sox broke their, I never left. I stayed with my Boston Red Sox because it's just, I went to Fenway several times as a kid. I was fortunate enough to have family that could get me up there and do some fishing. Hey, Back It Up Ben's podcast. As you can see, I'm flying solo today, so I'm a little off my game, and I'm cheating looking at the Red Sox, who are up 3-0 in Pittsburgh, and that is cool. Your Orioles are right there. Like I say, if I know my Red Sox aren't going to win it, the Orioles is who I would want to win the division. Obviously, if the Red Sox have a miraculous year out as a surprise, like movie book, Moneyball type storyline, then, then it'd be okay for my Red Sox. But if it's not going to be the Red Sox, I'd much rather see the Orioles so I don't have to hear Yankees stuff. Even though I like Russ, nothing against you, Russ, when you come back and watch a show, be the host next week. If you happen to catch this, you're a great guy, but I hate your Yankees. That's it. That's the nicest way to say it. But it's all in fun. What Red Sox fan doesn't love to take a little jab at the Yankees when he gets the chance. No, they did, man. They did. They had their chances against the Orioles. Very sloppy. They've already made an error tonight here against Pittsburgh. Right now, they're up 3-0 with one out. But with and let's see what inning it is now. Bottom of the second, they're up 3-0. They've had a couple solo shots, but I'm trying to be good. I'm trying to be good, Jeff, and not peek over too much. Wow, even though I just got caught peeking again. But it's really cool, and I'm going to keep this show short. Guys, the Back It Up Ben podcast, he does all kinds of cool, good content, baseball, all you name it, he has good stuff. Yes, he's an Orioles fan, but like I said, I'd rather see the Orioles win the division. I think they're the favorites to me, but when they were showing that on the MLB network the other day, the Yankees are like minus money and the Orioles are plus. I'm like, man, really? That's a good deal if I was a gambler. I was like, I was surprised to see. Maybe just because their start wasn't that great, they just moved the line. But right now, man, they're right on their tail. I think the Orioles are the more complete team. You talking about home runs, the Orioles are hitting home runs at an amazing pace. They could break the home run record for a team. Who knows? They are just an amazing young ball club. And unfortunately, they're going to be really good for many years. In a few years, I'll probably be tired of them. But right now, it's too new. I cannot hate them winning. I don't have to like it, but I don't have to hate it. That's how I roll when it's not my team. So anyway, guys, I'm going to keep this like 15, 20 minutes. How much more can I blabble on while I got my favorite team over there and I'm trying everything not to look over there? It's difficult because they're in my favorite. I just want to look over there. See, I just got caught again. Anyway, guys, if anything you guys want to talk about, Jeff, if there's any questions, who do you think like the best player? Are you happy to see Verlander back in the game tonight? He's been out. He's done a couple minor league stints, rehab game, and now he's back in the majors tonight. I'm sure they would have him on a limited pitch count, but he is back pitching for the Astros. So it should be, good for baseball to get some of the stars back. I watch my guys were coming back sooner than later, but it is what it is. Injuries happen. Trevor Story's done for the year. Our big signing, I know no one was that thrilled about the Lucas Giolito. I was happy because I thought he could have a bounce back year. Listening to all the, and so far it looks like our pitching coach is doing his job. Bailey is doing his job, and the Red Sox got out of it. Yes, I peeked over again, but so we're going to the top of the third. Red Sox up 3-0. I can't complain. Yes, that's two good young teams, man. Don't sleep on the Royals. To me, that's your guy that's shortstops in that on that. I mean, you got three infielders there that could be MVP caliber players one day. They got on in that series. You got Bobby Witt Jr., who's probably already almost MVP carried in. You got Gunnar Henderson, and then of course you got the young kid Jackson that just came up. So we can't be putting MVP on his name yet. But you got some young guns there that are great young ball players. And guys, I already have my kids, but if you want to have a kid that plays baseball, name them Jackson. All these young studs of the Jacksons out there, they're all like three of the youngest baseball players right now in the major, all have the first name Jackson. So that's a little weird fact for you. Jackson Holiday, Jackson Chirino of the Brewers, and Jackson Merrill of the Padres. So Jackson. And that's where we stand there. So it's all good. Oh, that's a good one, man. That Burns was such a good pickup for you, man. That when you guys made that trade and you didn't even give up the top of your prospect list, I was like, now the Orioles aren't playing. You got the new ownership coming in. You guys didn't take any prisoners, man. You just said, we're going for it. There's no reason that we can't win the division, can't win the American League, can't win the World Series. I love to see it. I wish my team had a little more of that. They did, and it worked for the Red Sox, but then they get a little gun shy because some of them did. You gave Sell a lot of money. He goes and gets hurt. Trevor Story's been battling injuries ever since he's been a Red Sox. So I think they own, and then we signed Lucas Giolito, and then the workhorse, always over 200 innings. That was the one thing they said. Oh, it may not be the greatest, but he's going to give you innings. We give him a decent contract, and then he's out for the year. So I'm sure they're saying, I don't know. I think they're a little gun shy giving out these money, and I get it. It's tough to give out these big long term contracts, but in this day and age, that seems to be the going rate. This year, some of them didn't work out that well. Boris may have overplayed his hand on some of his clients, and they signed shorter term deals, and then they will retest the market next year because for whatever reason, the market wasn't sizzling hot this year. But I loved when the Orioles made that move. Kind of loved it for the Oriole fans. One of my best friends in all the world's an Orioles fan. He's also a Miami Dolphins fan. So at least we have common ground somewhere, kind of like you, Jeff, have common ground with our Dolphins. But just like me, he grew up in South Florida. There was no team. He picked the Orioles because he liked himself some Cal Ripken back in the day. So we both picked our favorite players, and that's how we basically picked our favorite teams. So, and neither one of us ever jumped to the Marlins when they came into existence because your fandom really starts at youth. And to me, just watching Jim Rice and Fred Lynn, and towards the end of the Carl Yastrzemski days and Carrington, Frisk, all these guys are just ingrained in the brain. It's hard to leave that when you've gone and you go to Fenway as a kid. And then, when the Marlins came, they were at Pro Player, whatever the name of the stadium it was back in the day, which is now in Hard Rock. And then you see like Fenway and that. It's it's a world of difference. So that's where I stuck with my Red Sox now and forever, better or for worse. It is what it is. Well, I love both of them. At baseball season, I'll probably tell you I'm more of a baseball guy. In football season, I'd probably tell you I'm a football guy. I do Dolphins thirsty just because it is the local team and it's easy to get stuff. And it was football season when I decided to start a YouTube channel. In hindsight, I should have said sports thirsty or something. Then I could have Red Sox content on my channel and people want to be saying, "Why is your Red Sox or baseball on Dolphins thirsty?" It makes no sense. But and that's all in hindsight, as they say, hindsight's 2020, 1,000 batting average. So it's it is what it is. But I love both, man. I mean, I guess if you told me if I had to pick, maybe just the Dolphins because I go to all the games here and it's local. If I ever move, it'd be a lot closer to. But I mean, it's very close. I love them both, man. And those are only two, so I have enough passion to love two just the same because I don't follow hockey, I don't follow basketball, I don't follow soccer, boxing, all those other things that people watch. None of that. I'm a baseball, football, and then I go fishing for my getting away. I won't even watch fishing on TV before I watch basketball or hockey. So that's where I stand on that. But I can't decide, man. I love both, man. Like right now, I'm watching this game. It's just exciting. It's like every single night baseball is. And, so if you have a bad night in baseball, at least the next night you're probably playing again, other than a day off here and there. But that's why baseball is so much fun. Football is so much fun because it's that one day a week. If you screw it up, or your team, for us that we're just watching, they screw it up, you got to sit there a whole week, and that kind of adds to the intrigue. And I think that's why football will always be king because that is how it's set up beautifully for TV. That one day a week that your team plays. Yes, you can if you're just an NFL fan in general, you can have Thursday night football, and nowadays I mean Saturday games and Sunday games and whatever, but you can have, of course, Monday night games, but for your team, you get them see them one time a week. Only now, I was going to say 16, but now it's 17. Only 17 times a year. Baseball, you get to see 162 games a year. So I don't know, Jeff. How about you? What do you like? Are you a football guy or a baseball guy more between those two? Tristan Casas is up again, guys. He hit a long home run opposite field last time. So I'm kind of keeping an eye. And like I say, they hit him with the pitch, not intentional, but they hit him with the pitch. and he is taking first base. Oh, I said Tristan Costas, which I have to say one more time. He's a Pembroke Pines, Florida kid. Yes, I always, every time I say his name on here, I was telling Russell, I have to say it. I take pride in those South Florida kids because in football, there's like a thousand South Florida kids. Baseball, it's good to see. Was Finn more, but now in Orioles. Yeah, of course, man. Of course. Your Orioles, like I say, they're fun and exciting. And the good thing about it, you guys are going to be fun and exciting for the next several years. Like I say, good thing. Good thing for you. Good thing for baseball. But for Red Sox fan, maybe not so good. Even though we got a few prospects that looking like they may really be, the next thing. But as we all know, prospects are prospects and major leaguers are major leaguers. So there's a big step difference. But we got some promising young guys down in the minors. I wish we had a little better arms down in the minors, but we got some really good bats. We got a good catcher in the making that we just so there, there's some hope. There's some hope for the Red Sox in the future. And eventually I think they're going to spend again. That market's not going to take them not spending money. That they're going to have to start spending money again. The Red Sox are the Red Sox. They can spend some darn money to put a competitive team out there because right now, they're my team, so I watch them. But yeah, they're not World Series bound, unfortunately. Oh, so am I, man. Shula, I mean, I thought that was the norm. I went from being a baby, because I was born in December of 1969. Shula was hired in January in 1970, and I became an adult while Shula was still here. So to me, I was just thinking, oh, that's the norm. Now it's like every other year, every 3 years, the Dolphins are getting a new coach. So that was a big, big thing for me. I mean, when Shula left, I cried like a baby. So because to me, that was like my childhood leaving. That's I know we take it personal, but man, it was just sad when he left. That was my guy. Sorry, guys. I love eye contact with you, but my favorite baseball team in the world is playing over there right now. And we got two guys on base with two outs. Yoshida up at bat. So anyway, hey, I made it a half hour rambling, bambling, because my main man, Jeff, you're Jeff. My main man, Russell, who always does the script and sends it to me, and we all know what we're going to talk about. This week, I did my Dolphin thing yesterday. I did my Dolphin thing on Tuesday for Finstock Sports Network. And then, lo and behold, it was Friday, and I'm saying, I can do it all by myself, but it's tough. I give respect to those people that ramble on by themselves on all these shows. I always do Dolphins, but I have time to prepare and do all my thing. This one flying solo, it is what it is. It's fun. I love it. And I'm going to call it a night. I sent you a message through your site with contact info. All right, perfect. And Jeff, if you ever want to come on here and talk baseball with Russell and I. We could almost make it the AL East roundup. We have a Yankees fan and Russell, an Orioles fan and you, a Red Sox fan and me. All we need to find is a Blue Jays and a Rays fan, and we could have the whole AL East covered. We could have an AL East roundup. So that would be fun one day. And that's what I'm looking forward to. Jeff, thank you so much. You made it a little bit easier. I really started rambling on there because I was really debating whether I should do the show because I had set it all up. Then I said, oh my God, talking all by myself on a Friday night while my Red Sox is going to be tough. But you came in, saved the day, saved me from rambling. I appreciate it. That's what fellow content providers do. You rock, and I appreciate it so much. Hey, same to you guys, man. Like I say, you you have a fun team to watch. If I don't watch the Red Sox because I happen to be off one night, I would because I got the package, and I would watch the Orioles any day of the week. They're just so exciting. They're just a young, fun team. And no, guys, this is not the Orioles, podcast, but like I say, they're just a fun team. Look, we still have that up from last week from you for you, Steve. I had made that for you from last week. So there we go. Anyway, guys, like, subscribe. I love it that we got 2 likes from the Facebook side. That makes it really cool. Guys, I hope you bop that like button here. It does help. I know. Baseball is new here. Before Russell and I started this show, Finn's Talk Sports Talk, had no baseball talk, no baseball podcast. So we are the guinea pig. So show people that you like baseball. And most of the time, we're a lot more prepared. This was off the cuff, solo flying, but it's been fun. Later, guys. I appreciate it. And Jeff, once again, thank you. I can't find their closeout. It's not my channel. It's never as easy. Okay, I found it. Later, guys. Have a good one. Play ball. Come back next week, and we will have two hosts unless we get booted out because of the NFL draft. I forgot about that part. I'll let you know during midweek. Later, guys.